Hey, Patrick Coffin here with the latest manifestation of President Trump's mask removal cream superpower, and that is the mask dropping of Catholic celebrity Jim Gaffigan. Full disclosure, I've interviewed Jeannie Gaffigan, his wife. I met Jim and Jeannie after a show in San Diego in 2015. This is before the first Trump election. I found her to be absolutely super sharp, sincere, down-to-earth, attractive, faith-filled, articulate. Just a total joy. So I don't think Jim Gaffigan is on the same page as his wife. In fact, he's made a career of saying that he's kind of Catholic, but not like his wife, who's a Shiite Catholic, which is, I guess, kind of funny. But this is about Jim's August 27th meltdown on Twitter. Just epic mask droppage. Before I get to it, I don't know why it is that certain people don't merely dislike President Trump, don't really disagree with his policies or want to vote for someone else, but it's the absolute royal umbrage, the under-the-skin vitriol, the full-on lack of balance and humor that goes along with Trump derangement syndrome. It's just impossible to understand. If you thought Bush derangement syndrome was bad, Trump derangement syndrome has just got it creamed. So, what happened on August 27th and in the days following that? Well, Jim wrote this. Trump literally ran Paul Ryan out of politics. Running shoes? Olympic track? What? Why? Paul Ryan knew Trump was poison. So does Romney. Trump is not a conservative or even a Republican. You know that. You know Bill Barr, the Attorney General, is dirty. Fellow Catholic, by the way. You know if Trump gets reelected, it's over. How many books have to be written? He follows up. Trump derangement syndrome is part of the con. Wake up! You know Fox News is biased and full of loons. It's how they gaslight and silence criticism. Do you think any of those congressional Republicans really believe in Trump? Or do they fear him and don't want to end up like Flake? Dum. Again, same day. What bravery from the cowards who are against equal justice. Wake up! Don't you know history will make you the fool? Remember, everything Trump accuses the Democrats of, he's guilty of. Don't let the socialist name-calling distract you from the fact that he is a fascist who has no belief in law. So fascists, I guess, are the Nazis, right? Nazis, except that Nazi is the National Socialist Party of Germany. So the fascists are actually the socialists, Jim. And then it culminated with this. Now, Lou Holtz is an 83-year-old, venerable, former coach of the Notre Dame football team. He's a prayerful Catholic who did a commercial on behalf of President Trump as part of the Republican National Convention, in which he said Joe Biden is really Catholic in name only, which is super obvious. Because it's really true. Jim Gaffigan wrote, now this is the clean comedian, who apparently is willing to throw away his career, at least to give the middle finger to half his audience. Fuck Lou Holtz. Biden is Catholic in name only? Compared to who? I think he meant whom. How many abortions did Trump pay for? How many women has he raped? How many times did he pull the shit he did in Ukraine? Wake up. He's a crook and a con man. Well, that's real classy. And since when does Jim Gaffigan care about abortion? I've never heard him say anything about abortion. I'm paying half-decent attention to what people that I find funny are saying and doing. I don't remember him going to a March for Life. I don't remember him posting against the violence involved in baby killing, ever. But now he cares about it because he thinks Trump has raped multiple women and had abortions as a result. Biden is Catholic in name only compared to the magisterium of the Catholic Church, the teachings of the Church. They mean something. Not only are they true, but if you're going to publicly stand up and identify as a Catholic, you ought to believe it. Otherwise, you're a phony. You're not a Catholic, you're a Catholic, a licker of the golden calf, as is Mr. Biden. as is the whole raft of them. Nancy Pelosi, John Kerry, Tim Kaine. It's a long list. And then he follows up with, I don't give a f if anyone thinks this is virtue signaling or whatever. We need to wake up. We need to call Trump the con man and thief that he is. I'm not sure what happened there, but this is someone unhinged. This is someone with some kind of trauma, some kind of triggerable fund of pain and anger. Now, I like to make allowances for people. I like to find out not so much what they say or do, but why. And maybe he's triggered by the COVID-19 lockdown. Maybe he's got cabin fever. Maybe he's lost enough gigs on the live circuit that it's starting to get to him. Maybe it's that he's still worried about his wife, Jeannie, who in 2018 was diagnosed with a benign pear-shaped tumor, for which she had, thanks be to God, removed. She wrote a book about it, by the way, called, when I get the title right, When Life Gives You Pears. I can't imagine going through that, facing a possible loss of your wife and have to do everything alone. So I make allowances. However, this level of vitriol, I think, indicates not a temporary emotional thing to do with a sick relative, but having to do more with a worldview that's pretty set, pretty congealed. Catholic celebrities, with a very small number of exceptions that I won't name because I don't want to embarrass them, they're going to break your heart eventually. When you think Catholic celebrity, they're normally either a Boston-type Catholic, a Chicago-type Catholic, or a Los Angeles-type Catholic, which is to say, interested in really superficial things, rejecting the hard sayings of Jesus, rejecting most of the Catholic sexual ethic. I don't know why Catholic conference organizers keep running to celebrities for the sake of ticket sales. I mean, Jim Gaffigan was even tapped to open for Pope Francis in Philadelphia at the World Meeting of Families there in 2015. You remember that? I'm sure some conference organizers are having invitation remorse. And I hope Jim Gaffigan comes to his senses. He used to be funny. This is pitiful. Why someone would throw away so much support and goodwill because of political reasons, because of his weird, full-on, and sadly typical detestation of President Trump. For Catholic voters, Trump's the only viable option. You want Joe Biden? Just watch poor Joe Biden. This is elder abuse. If you want to vote for Joe Biden, you are participating in elder abuse. You see, St. Michael the Archangel is not running this time. It's President Donald Trump or 40-plus year veteran do-nothing, obviously falling apart Joe Biden. Those are the two options before us. So remember, not only is Trump derangement syndrome a thing, Trump mask removal